Hello and welcome all of you. My name is Abhay. In today's video, we will study about 1.3 who does what in the organization. We have already studied 1.1 and 1.2. This is the third part of element 1 of NEBOSH IGC. 1. As we know, it is employer responsibility for ensuring that workplace is safe and free from health risk as given in ILO Convention C-155 and Recommendation R-164. Then question is that who is employer? The employer is a person or organization that employs people. That means that hire people. The employer in the context is normally an organization. The employer in this context is normally an organization, such as company, and is sometimes referred to as a corporate body. They are a legal person. As we know that employer is responsible for ensuring workplace is safe and free from health risk. It is totally rest on the employer. And as we noted earlier, this responsibility is made clear in ILO Convention C-155 and ILO Recommendation R-164. The employer carries ultimate responsibility for ensuring workplace is safe and free from health and safety risk, and also ensure safety of workers and others, for example, visitors and contractors. People often believe that employer is Chief Executive Officer, CEO, but this is not CEO. Employer means the company, the body corporate. Director and senior managers are an organization. Its direction sets its priority. They decide what the organization does and how it does it. In effect, they control the corporate body. They are therefore responsible for ensuring that all the legal requirements that rest with the employer are met. So, director and senior managers give an organization its direction, set its priorities, allocate resources and appoint competent person, allocate responsibilities and are responsible for ensuring that all of the legal requirements are met. This is the top tier management, managing director and directors. Director and senior managers can have enormous influence over the organization and its priorities. The way they are perceived by those lower in the management hierarchy is very important. They must demonstrate clear commitment and leadership with regard to health and safety. Middle manager and supervisor are involved in day-to-day operational running of the organization, so are responsible for health and safety standards within the operation under their control. This is middle management. In this slide, we will know about the shared responsibility of joint occupier of premises. When two employers share a workplace, it is not difficult to imagine that the risk that one employer creates in that workplace may affect the employee of other employer. For example, when two employers occupy office in the same building, the fire risks created by one employer affect the safety of employees of other. So, ILO Convention C-155 Article 17, ILO Recommendation R-164 Recommendation 11 gives direction. Employers in the share facilities should communicate to develop appropriate health and safety standard and appropriate policies and procedures. This may include sharing of procedures, fire and emergency responses among the employer, and sharing of risk assessment, joint management committee meeting between two or more employers. It must be done to manage joint occupier premises. How we manage contractor management. If a client can held responsible for injury caused by contractor working for the client, then it must be in the client's own best interest to ensure that contractor do not endanger worker or others. So it is shared duties. The way that client manage contractor can be broken down into three key areas. First of all, client need to select the contractor. First one is the selection of contractor. Second, planning and coordinating the contractor. Third one is monitoring and managing the contractor. First one, how we will select the contractor. Selection of contractors. The things we should check. First of all, we have to check contractor health and safety policy, risk assessments, qualification and training records, membership of professional organization, and maintenance and equipment testing, previous or current client details, accident records, and enforcement action, along with adequate resources available for the work. So these are the points, this is the minimum point which we have to check before selecting the contractor. In the planning and coordination of the work, information to be shared between the client and contractor. What types of information can be shared? Hazard posed by the site and work carried out, hazard posed by the contractor activities, risk assessment, method statement. Arrangement between the client and contractor include ensuring activities do not conflict, permit to work system to control activities. In the monitoring and managing the work, client must monitor the worker to ensure safety. The client can stop the work if involved unsafe practices, and auditing against the agreed method statement is good technique to ensure they are following the system. At the end of this section, I have four questions for you to check your understanding. First one is, to whom does an employer owe a duty with regard to health and safety? How can director influence health and safety? What are the key worker responsibilities? And last one, what would you look for or check when selecting a contractor? So you comment in the box given down below. In the element 1, what we have learned. In summary, first we learn introduce some keywords such as health, safety and welfare. We have highlighted the three main reasons for managing health and safety: moral, legal and financial. As per the ILO Convention C-155, recommendation R-164, which set out basic requirement of the international standard that governs health and safety. We have discussed consequences for employer and worker of non-compliance with the legal standard together with the possible issues of worker compensation. We have noted some source of information on national health and safety standards, and we have identified various parties within the and responsibility they have. And in last, we have considered the responsibility that client have for the management of the contractor and outlined the step that client should take to choose a competent contractor and plan and monitor their work. I hope you will like this video. This is the end of element 1. This element is made in three parts, so you study all three parts and you will get idea of IGC 1 element 1. So meet you in the next video element 2. Until stay informed, stay safe. I am Abhay Singh signing off.